What is up, everybody? It's MrAeroHD here, back with another episode of Build It, Drift It, Kill It. Thank you guys for joining me. Today, I want to do something a little bit different. We did a low horsepower car in the last video. If you guys haven't seen it, you should go check it out. It's a 300 horsepower 240. I want to do something basically on the complete opposite end of the spectrum now. This, of course, if you don't know, is a Lamborghini, not Diablo, idiot. Lamborghini Murcielago, SV. We do not have the regular Murcielago in this game, unfortunately. So, if you guys don't know, in real life, that crazy Japanese man known as Daigo Saito has one of these. It's black. It's got some monster logos on it, some Sunoco stuff, I think. So, I wanted to build this into a drift car. It's not the craziest thing in the world, because obviously there isn't one in real life that exists. But I'm going to do my best to keep it in S-Class. Obviously, I'm going to put the wide body kit on it. You know, because it's just what you do. I'm gonna try to keep it in S-Class as best as I can. If it's not fun to drive, then I will put it in S2 or whatever it needs to be. So obviously rear-wheel drive, and then we've got the whatchamahoo. I don't even know if I like that big wing. Honestly, I like the little one more. I'm gonna leave that wing on. I'll leave that one on. Wheels, I have I already went ahead and put these ADV1, ADV Forzas on it. And you can see I have if I can zoom in, I'm using the new update came out yesterday, where you can paint the wheels different colors. So I have the inners black, and then I have an aluminum finish on the outer part of it. You can paint the little Forza logo that comes on one of those spokes, but instead of being the Forza logo, it just turns into like a brick. I don't know, it's hard to show you. But instead of, like, if you see on the example where you see where the Forza logo is all in red, it just turns into one shape. There's no like gaps in between the M, so it's just like one solid shape, and it looks stupid. So I got rid of it, and I just have it all matching black. So 335s in the back, 265s in the front should be fine. We're on sport tires. This is going to be a challenge. See if this does anything to my PI. Nope. Cool. So we're on. It still looks good on 20s, but we'll do 19s. Okay, so like I said, I'm gonna try my best to keep this car in S-Class. Luckily, this is Forza Horizon, or S1, sorry. Luckily, this is Forza Horizon, so it is easier I found to keep cars in. I love how from sport suspension to race suspension is 1 PI point. And luckily, there is drift suspension. Let's do this cage. Yeah, but the S1 is like such a wide class. You can basically do whatever you want in it. You can get away with a whole lot. So, what was I gonna do? Tires can't really change because I've already got a big tire. I don't want to go do like 375s. That'd be fast, and it looks cool, but it's gonna be so hard to drift with the amount of power that we're gonna be running. I don't think I need to put turbos on the car. I think we should be able to get to top of S-Class without them. Maybe 757 and turbos 914, 1000 horsepower. So let's go back and downgrade some stuff. Can we take it down 10 PI? Holy shit, I don't think we'll be able to. Nope. So we're at 9. What is it? 908. So what if I went to the drive line and did God damn it. I did that. No. PI like doesn't move. This is irritating. That brings it up. I could do 3,600 pounds though. Like, I feel like I need the car to be a little bit lighter than have 900 horsepower. I feel like that's the more important part. So we'll run an NA. Like I said, if it handles like crap and it's not fun, then we'll just do it S2. I suppose I'll go against my what we put in here. Oh, the Ferrari V12. As much as I want to do that, it's a Ferrari V12 and a Lamborghini. That just sounds wrong. And it's got like no torque, so we'll take that out. I'm gonna go back, put all these parts back on, and just kind of make it work, hopefully. Haven't done a mid-engine car in this game yet. So we're 10 PI short. We're at 757. God damn it, that's really irritating. Does the wing do anything? It brings it down 1 point. I was like, I'll put the wing on it. and see what that can do. Oh my god, that's atrocious. That is the ugliest thing I've ever seen. I was like, I'll put the wing on it, but it only takes it down 1 PI point. So we'll have to make it work with what we've got, I suppose. Hopefully, hopefully we can make it work. But I'm gonna do what I always do, is test it on the Horizon Festival track, and then we'll kind of move about and find some places that the car will work good. I haven't done anything to the tune yet. It's all still stock. Oh, we're gonna change these gears. Let's kind of see how it handles without me touching anything. Again, I haven't driven or drifted in a mid-engine car in this game yet. 40,000, I guess that's good. I don't know. That's what the seasonal target was. Okay, not too bad so far. Definitely is getting killed by these 335s. It'd be nicer to have like a 295 on here or something. But thus is the way of the SV, I guess, and the wide body. Oh, ooh, that was deadly. Almost died there. Oh, and then just wiggled. Just like a shit ton of rear grip. Also, it doesn't help that you have that big engine sitting basically over the rear axle, or just in front of it. So we'll see if we can make some changes here. I didn't even do my wheel spins today. Gonna bring down the tire pressure, but not by much. Normally I'd be running it in like the mid 20s, so I'm gonna keep it in the high 20s. I'm gonna crank the shit out of these gears, just to try to stay in high RPM. Normally I run a little bit of positive camber. I'll try keeping it in the negatives because I don't think we need the extra rear grip. Toe, I just don't feel like deviating from my changes. Normally I run a 20-10 split. I'm gonna try it on this car. Usually my baseline tunes, I start with a 20 in the front and a 10 in the rear, and I'm gonna try it on this car, and we'll see if it works. And if it doesn't work, we'll know when to start with our changes. Ride height seems to be good the way it is. 2.7, 3.3. I'll actually. Oh my fucking god, people, leave me alone. I'll actually raise the rear a little bit. That is way too stiff in the rear. Way too stiff. So yeah, I'm gonna run like basically a regular drift car setup on it, and we'll see if it works. It's Horizon, so anything's possible. In Forza 7, I don't think this would work at all. But Horizon's a little bit more lenient into, I don't want to say poor tuning, but like, you don't have to be as exact in Horizon, which is cool. I'm gonna, air quotes, lock the diff as well. Just because like we're running somehow in my mind we're running low horsepower, and then I do this with the brakes. You don't have to if you're copying me. This is just for if I'm tandeming. I like to just be able to feather the brake a little bit without my car just going crazy. So, oh hello, Torque Stallion man. He might try to run with us or not. See if this is any better. All right, so the front just grabs and goes as you would expect it to, and the rear end's just like, I got nothing. Oh, nope, this is not gonna work. At least it feels different. Like, that was what I was that's what I was worried about. Is that a lot of tuning in this game, on the older Horizons especially Horizon 2 and Horizon 3, you can basically do whatever you wanted. Unless you move the sliders like to 0 or really fucked with them. A lot of like small changes really didn't change the handling of the car that much. Gearing is better, but let me try entering with a little bit more gusto. Okay, so it's not bad. You have arrived at your destination. But this car's deadly fast. Well, I would hope so, because it's a mid-engine car with big tires on the back. It has to be fast. That's what it does. But I think it's actually not too bad once the tires kind of warm up. We'll take one more lap here, and then I think we're just gonna start slowly stiffening the rear end up. Definitely not a car I would use on a short track, which kind of makes me want to go use it on a short track. All right, one more time through the main part here. Not a whole lot of angle, but these are mid-engine cars. not really known for, at least in rear-wheel drive, not really known for their angle. Perks of these cars are, A, they're fun to drive because you're drifting a Lamborghini, and B, it's the speed. Ooh, not so bad through there. Another big flick over the transition part of the crossroad, or whatever you want to call it. And I think that should be it for like a little quick test. Let's go back into tuning. And okay, so I'm gonna bring my tire pressure up just a pound. Again, I'm gonna make small changes. I know I just said, oh, it doesn't really do anything in this game. I'm gonna tighten up fourth gear just a hair because it just feels like it's a little bit too short. We'll tighten up fifth and sixth to match. Unfortunately, the car's high speed, top speed's not that great, so if you're driving from point to point, it's not going to work too well for you. But I'll try running the camber flat, and I'm going to take out some front camber, and that's all we'll change. And I'll do one run, and we'll see what it does. And I really, really want this car to be good because I feel like if it's good, then you guys will appreciate it. If it's just like, if I just crap out a tune for it, because this is not like an S15 or something where there's going to be a billion people tuning these. Especially the people who don't want to use race tires, who want to keep it in S1 class. Oh, wow. New PB. Are you kidding me? As much as points don't really matter, like, huh. Didn't expect that to happen. I guess it's the speed of the car. It is better though. It is better. I think the rear end just needed a little bit more grip, a little bit more balance of grip, I should say. Gearing is better because I can actually use fourth gear now. It doesn't immediately grip up. It gives me like a second, like, hey bruv, is you sure? And I'm like, yes, I'm sure. And they're like, okay. Transition's really hard. It's very tight on transition. Again, which makes me feel like this is more suited for medium speed tracks. Not so much the tight and technical. I think this would be a mix of both. Before anyone's like, oh, well, you have that big sweeper. This is the part I'm saying is tight and technical. Little manji to link the two sections up. And then you got to make some acute, that's not the right word. Some precise transitions there. So go back to changes and springs, and we'll bump that up a little bit. See what that does. This is how you properly tune a car. Most of this video will probably be done at the festival site. I know people are gonna be like, oh man, this is bullshit. But like, if you want to tune a car, like, really, oh my god, hold it, yeah, boy. If you want to tune the car really, really properly, small, or at least do one or two changes at one time, especially when it comes to like the handling setup. Gearing, I'm not really worried about, because I know what gearing's gonna do. I know if I tighten up my fourth gear, it's gonna make my fourth gear shorter, and I'll be able to stay in my power band more. I know if I'm bouncing off the limiter in fourth, I gotta bring the gearing down. It's not really that complicated. Yeah, it just feels like it doesn't have enough power through that little section. We'll try more power here in a second. I just want to make sure the chassis is dialed, or as close to dialed as I can get it. Worst case scenario, we'll just make two versions of this car. One for the plebs, and then one for the people who like to punish themselves. So through there, it's not too bad if you're under like 60 or 70 miles an hour. Here, it's just like, please, sir. My 315s or my 335s. They're too large. If this is on street tires too, that might be doable. It's just a combo of like sport tires, really wide rear tires, mid-engine. Make this car a bit, I don't want to say it's hard to drift, because that implies like it's hard to keep it in control or whatever. It's just like hard to keep it sideways and do it like in a way where it's fluid and makes sense. I'm gonna try to soften the front end. This has no implication on how it's gonna feel through the higher speed stuff. This is more just to get the car feeling a little bit better in its wheelhouse. Do I break my own rule that I just explained? No. I'm like, oh my god, they don't want to see me just sit here and tune for 20 minutes. Because every time I do, there's some jack-off in the comment. Why am I from New Jersey? There's some jack-off in the comments who's like, just touch the tune, bitch. I'm like, well, these are tuning videos. Like, I assume people want me to build the whole car. And then it's got like 20 likes on the comment. I'm like, oh, okay, well, I'll just go fuck myself then, I guess. I know a lot of people are probably screaming at me to raise the tire pressure. I still want the car to have grip. I want to be able to pull good angle in the car, and I want the car to be fast. If you run really, really high tire pressure, at least in my experience, yes, it slides easier, but comes at the cost of comfort. Like right now, I can just mash the throttle and just, like, not slay. I can drive this car really, really hard. But if I had really high... Actually, you know what? I'll show you. I will put it in a practical experiment. You guys have been watching me drive this car. So a lot of people are like, oh, just raise the rear tire pressure, Aero. That's what you do, right? So let's raise it to something... I had some guy tell me he runs in his 50 rear tire pressure all the time. And I was like, oh, okay, buddy. So you got 46 rear tire pressure. It feels like I'm driving on rocks. Car is just not as... Oh, fuck. The car is just not as responsive. Not as fast. So... However, it does slide easier. However, it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. Again, this is probably because it's mid-engine. And there's already a shit ton of rear grip. But the car feels slower, less responsive. Not as fun for me. So I'm thinking maybe a middle ground of tire pressure, maybe 35. So my last change, I think, before we try going somewhere else, 20 minutes into the video, is I'm going to soften the front end and see if I can just get a bit more rotation. If it feels like crap, then right through here is really where I'm going to notice the change, if I notice it. Come on, car. There you go. Push out wide, push out wide. It does not.
You have arrived at your destination.
Okay, if anything, it's slowed down transitions a little bit. I'm gonna do the opposite of what I just did. This is why I don't put out a tuning guide, because everyone's like, oh, you know how to tune. I'm like, not really, man. I just have a baseline and like I know how to change stuff, but I can't be able to tell you like, oh, your car is over like understeering a little bit. Well, you just change this. I'm not that knowledgeable. I just have my baseline set up, and then I know to change how to get the car feel how I like it. But I don't think I'm talented enough to be able to like, oh, you like your car like this? Okay, set it up like this, and this, and change that, and then change that. I'm just like, well, here's what I do, and maybe you'll like it, and if not, then shrugging emoji. And I think that's it. It's drivable. I'm not gonna end the video, doy. It's drivable. It's fairly smooth, but I'm gonna try it at a smaller track, just to see how it compares. Okie dokies. If you guys haven't seen me run this section before, this was shown to me by, I believe it was JSI Ueno, who was like, hey man, you want to run a cool section? I was like, I like cool sections. He's like, okay, come here. This is like a really, I don't want to say mystery. I think I may have run it in a video before. It's very tight, technical, and it's probably one of my favorite places to drift in the game. Just want to try the Lambo for a couple of laps here. I don't want to waste too much time. Because if we don't need to make any changes, then that's perfect. Because I was like, well, when do you not need the most horsepower and the most grip? Is probably on a... Oh, shitballs. It's probably on a low-speed section, right? So I was like, well, we'll try it here. So far, it doesn't pull crazy angle. And again, that's just a feature I can't... If you guys can find a way to keep speed and put angle in the mid-engine cars while being wheel-wheel drive and not having race or drag tires on them, then let me know. Because it's not something I've really ever been able to figure out. Every time I pull angle in these cars, it's a fucking accident. Oh, I hate that they put traction back, or traffic back. Playground, if you want me to kiss you right on the mouth, have, if we're in Horizon Life, or in a convoy, allow us to have the choice to have, like, low, medium, or high traffic. I understand some people, it makes the game look like not lively. It's like, yes, I understand that, but a lot of the best drift areas are on public roads. So if I want to do some switchback drifting, or not switchback, if I want to Sanpazzi this, or Manji it, or whatever you want to call it, I have to do it properly, I have to go from one end of the street to the other. And you're not allowing me to do that. Oh, shit. Almost over-rotated there. I looked over the recording for like 1 second to see if we dropped frames. And car's like, man, you dumb idiot. I think the setup's tuned, though. I think we really just have to figure out whether it's worth dropping ooh. Nope. Yeah. I'll do this one thing with the camera. Like, I just wish. Ugh, these are so hard. These are so fickle and hard to set up. I know there's always one guy in the comments. Oh, it's actually really easy. All you have to do is just. Listen, man. Are you the one making the video? No, then leave me alone. You make me sound like an idiot in my own comments. See if this helps without giving us too much rear grip. This game, I don't know. I really wish we had the big 60-degree angle kit. I don't think this is 60 degrees. Even if Forza 6 compared to Horizon 3, you could do so much dumb shit with angle in Forza 6. Horizon 3 just, like, punished you for trying to go backwards. It's still possible, it's just very hard. I guess which works better for, like, in groups. Because I don't know if you guys have ever run in the tandem train before, but you always have that one jackass that's trying to go 90 in every corner. Hi, it's me. Which normally fucks the whole train up unless the train knows. Like, hey, I'm going big into this corner. I tried to drop one tire there, but I completely missed it. Fuck you, stables. Stables? Benches. What? Those aren't even remotely stables. Actually, I think that helped. I figured it'd give too much grip to the rear, but I just kind of settled it down a little bit. Made it a bit more stable. It's not necessarily more grippy, it just feels less nervous. I'm going to quickly go to another section in Edinburgh that's a bit faster. I don't know if you guys have seen it. Oh, fuck me. You've probably seen variations of this. This I got from Dude Nero, I believe. You'd be surprised how much cool shit you can find if you just go and watch people on Twitch that you've never watched before. Speaking of which, watch me on Twitch, please. I need your money. Oh boy, this is hard. See, this is the fast section I was talking about. It's basically full throttle, big wide sweeping turns. There's only one little technical part. If it feels possible here, but it's not. Oh boy. Oh, I meant to do that. That was completely intentional. It's definitely possible to drive this through here, but it's very fucking grippy. I don't think you're going to be able to pull big angle like you would in a car that's a little bit more balanced with the grip. But when it comes to the case of, do I have to put 900 horsepower and make this car S2? No, you really don't. This is really drivable. It's still fun. It's just a different kind of fun, if that makes sense. There's cars where you put like a big ton of horsepower in it, and you can swing it around as however you like. This car I like because it's fast, and it's a Lamborghini, first of all, which is fucking asshole. It's a Lamborghini, which is fun to drive in itself. Just like, you know, looking at a Lamborghini car model and then doing this with it is entertaining to me. But it's still drivable. It's just, you kind of have to treat it like a missile car. And I know that sounds really, really weird. You're like, what do you mean it's not a S13 with 200 horsepower? I'm like, yeah, but like most of the same concepts apply. Keep your momentum up. You got to use a lot of throttle, minimal handbrake. You're kicking the clutch a lot. Your wheel speed's important. You're basically driving this like a missile car. You're just probably going twice the speed, and you're looking arguably cooler while doing it, depending on your view on whether you actually like exotic or supercars or hypercars, whatever you want to classify them. Murcielago. I'm gonna finish this outer zone here. I'm gonna see if it's significantly more fun with 900 horsepower than, like, I don't even know my own section or the section that I'm running. Idiot. If it's significantly more fun with 900 horsepower, then we'll try it. Like, where it really struggles is on the cobbles and right here. It's my first section, or first run at speed. Oh, it's definitely doable. I thought it'd be like struggling, but if you were trying to follow somebody who is going a little bit slower, good luck. I've always found these cars really hard to be the follow car with. Like if you're following like a regular car, like an S chassis or an R or a Skyline or whatever, I've always found these cars super hard to adjust speed. You basically have to just hold the throttle and go. If I'm trying to like control my speed in behind somebody, Normally I'll end up straightening out or gripping up. But this car definitely very drivable. I'm gonna go throw the twin turbos on it, just for the sake of argument, just for fun. Because I know there's probably some people that are like, I don't care about it being an S1. I kiss girls, which is kind of gross, man. Like, who kisses girls in 2018? But whatever. I'm nothing if not open-minded. Sometimes. So we'll see. All right, conversion, twin turbos. So that knocks us up to 1,000 horsepower and 914. It's really a shame I can't knock 10 horsepower, 10 PI off. And these are just arbitrary numbers. Let's see if we can get from max power, like 1,400 or something. Yeah, so I think we'll have 1,100. So stock turbos, race cooler. I haven't changed anything else other than that. Like I said, the car is now an S2, and I'll probably post both versions of this setup, just for those who care and those who don't. But we're going to go back to the exact same section we were just at, because I don't think it's going to matter on these lower speed ones. I think it's really the higher speed track where it's going to be super noticeable whether this extra 300 or 400 horsepower is going to come into use. Okay. Love these fast load times. Thank you, solid state drive. Is this the way I gotta go? Yes. I have a hard time telling by the map. Yeah, this is better. I think I expected this, but this is what this car should have. Again, unfortunately, it's just limited by we can't go down in tire size in the rear. Oh, this is 100 times better. It's fun for a different reason now. Now you can drive it like an actual drift car, like you would any other drift car. You can. I feel like you can already see I'm pulling more angle, because I'm more confident that the rear tires are gonna keep spinning. So I like both. I'd probably get 2 copies of this car if I was using my own money. This is definitely the more user-friendly one, though. Like, the other one's a little bit more difficult. This one is a bit easier because you don't really have to change your driving style. I'm driving this right now like I would drive any other car. Like I would drive the R34 when I drive an S15 or whatever. Way more speed in this car than I'm used to. But I actually can get away with pedaling it and using the foot brake a little bit to add angle to the car. It's got power to where I can move it. Oh, fuck. It's got power to where I can move the car wherever I want it to. It's fun for a different reason. The lower horsepower car is challenging in terms of just to keep it drifting and make it look smooth. And this is challenging in terms of where you can actually go worry about your car a little bit less and drive a little bit more all out. So it's really up to you what you like. Like I said, I am going to post both versions of the car. I really just, I would like to run an S1. It just keeps things a little bit less silly because you can just throw 1,500 horsepower and drift anything basically. But putting some little restrictions on yourself kind of make things a little bit more fun, at least in my opinion. This is definitely, I think, the more fun of the two, just because I have to think a little bit less, and that's what I like about Horizon. Is it's still somewhat difficult to drift, but it's not like Forza 7 where every move you make you have to like really focus. Oh my god, 2 trains! 2 trains! It's not like Forza 7 where you really have to pay attention to what you're doing. But I like both, and if I have enough money, which I should, because I'm going to be doing some Goliath races on Twitch, maybe even streaming on YouTube soon, because I know a lot of people just don't go to Twitch for some reason. And I see people like Jimmy and Super GT are having success streaming on YouTube, so I might give it a whirl. I'm not leaving Twitch anytime soon, but I might just give it a little whirl. Yeah, thanks guys for watching. Let me know if you want to see. Normally I ask for car suggestions, but that's way too vague. Let me know if you want to see a serious car, like an S15 or something, or if you want to see something a bit sillier in the next video. And also, I do a lot of tuning on Twitch, and I want to know if you guys want to see those cars as well. Like, I'll just do the same thing, basically, that I do here. I'll go over the tune before we start, and then just do 3 sections that I think the car is happy at. Thanks for watching. I know this might be a little bit of a longer one, but I wanted to show you a little bit where it goes into actually setting up a car that you want to be good. And like I said, I will have both the low power and the high power version of this tune posted on the storefront. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you later. Peace.